2020 KTM 1290 Super Duke R, the beast to the next level. Having shed its skin, the KTM 1290 Super Duke R is now a leaner, meaner and an even more menacing hyper-naked bike than ever before. Mounted into an all-new chassis, beats an updated version of the renowned 75-degree 1301cc LC8 E-Twin Heart, taking the beast to the next level. The latest generation KTM 1290 Super Duke R Naked receives a timely tune-up to keep the flagship sharp in an increasingly competitive marketplace. The Super Duke has long stood for naked bike performance and aggression, stretching back past the first 1290 beast of 2014 all the way to 2005, when the original 990 Super Duke rampaged onto the scene with its front wheel in the air. A string of updates has kept the KTM competitive since then, but with rivals including Aprilia's Tuono V4 1100 joined by Ducati's new Street Fighter V4 and Kawasaki's ZH2 this year. The hyper-naked knife fight has never been crazier or harder fought. Sounds like ideal timing for the launch of a revamped 1290 Super Duke R, nicknamed Beast 3.0 by KTM, and intended to improve the Austrian challenger on both road and track, riding it at the swooping Portimao circuit, and superb surrounding roads of Portugal's Algarve region should give a good idea of how it stacks up. There's only one version of the 1290 Super Duke R, and it costs £15,699 in either orange or black. But as usual, things aren't quite as simple as that, because that price doesn't include the gearbox quick shifter, £349.28, or optional track pack, £305.56, that allows to disable the anti-wheelie and adjust traction control levels through 9 levels. Both seem almost obligatory in this class. A shifter is standard fitment on the 790 Duke, after all. And take the price to just over £16,350. That's still less than the Tuono factory and Street Fighter V4, but more than their base model Aprilia, and other hyper-naked rivals. At least you do get keyless ignition and cruise control as standard. KTM 1290 Super Duke R engine and performance. The engine isn't the main story of this model update, but KTM have made plenty of changes. The intake system is revamped with a single intake at the center of the distinctive headlight, instead of one on each side. This adds some ram air effect, and feeds a bigger airbox, which in turn supplies new top-mounted injectors. Many internal parts, and the crankcases are lighter, saving almost a kilo in the engine alone. The new exhaust also saves a similar amount despite having larger diameter pipes, and an additional catalyzer. Hiding much of it below the engine means the silencer looks respectably trim too. Max power output is increased by 3 bhp to 177 bhp at 9500 rpm. But in many ways the Super Duke R's more important figures are its near unchanged torque peak of 140 Nm, and the fact that the Doc 8-valve lump kicks out over 100 Nm from just 3500 rpm.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
What it wouldn't have done, without the optional track pack fitted, was pull a wheelie. Thankfully the launch bikes were kitted out with that and a variety of other power parts, including an Acro slip-on silencer, which costs £1137. That engine flexibility was also handy on the Portamount rack, where the bike was happy to take most turns a gear higher than I might have expected and fired out of the turn one right-hander and fourth where most bikes would require another downshift. It was seriously motoring just before that, too, indicating 170 miles per hour in top while I chugged the tank trying to prevent my head from being removed from my shoulders by the wind. Styling and ergonomics. Wind pressure might become an issue at times because the Super Duke provides very little protection even by naked bike standards. Some launch bikes were fitted with an accessory screen for road ride, but even this barely covers the instrument panel. A gym membership and heated vest will be useful extras for UK riders who don't stick to very short trips. This bike's refreshed styling is even more sharply aggressive than before and intended to add some downforce. The riding position is slightly sportier, with the handlebar set lower and further forward. That was helpful on track, and also seemed a good compromise on the street, still giving a comfortably upright position for slower speed riding.